the 2022 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend. Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your Ford video guy, bringing you news, updates, and information on the different Ford lineups, including this walk-around video. We call it our complete guide because we're going to cover all the standard equipment, plus the different packages you can get, standalone options, accessories, all in this one video. So it's going to be a very long video, but you can move around. There you can see the chapters down below, timestamps as well down in the description if you're watching this on desktop. So you can move around this video, go back, see some things. You want to skip over some areas, you can do that in this video real nice and easy. Now, if you're looking to get a vehicle, and really the main reason for this video is for people that want to custom order a vehicle to their liking, so they know exactly how you can get these equipped, what standard, if this trim is going to be perfect for them, if they need to add a package. So that's why they kind of like this video. So if you're wanting to do that, you want to get it from your local dealership, great, no problem with that. If you want to get it from a dealership like us that really knows the product, make sure you get the vehicle ordered the way you want it to your specifications, and have it delivered right to your door for free. We do free shipping. We'll have more information about that at the end of this video. Which also reminds me, if you do like this video here, you probably like some of our other content. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. So hit that notification bell. That way you get notified the next time we have another video uploaded to your YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and dive right in, talk about some different mechanical features first, and then we'll go around the outside and talk about some of the characteristics on the outside of this great Bronco Sport. Let's talk about some of these mechanical features. This is the baby Bronco, or the baby brother, I should say, to the big boy Bronco, but it has some great capabilities with this vehicle. They will come standard in your 4x4 with your terrain management system. So it is the 5 GOAT modes, just like with the Bronco. So it means go over any type terrain. You do have 5 GOAT modes on the Big Bend trim. You have your normal, you have your eco, you have your sport, your slippery, and your sand mode there. And you shift those using that dial right there on the console that says GOAT modes, and you shift it for the different types of terrain that you're on or different driving experience. If you want to be more economical in your driving, it'll change the shifting of the transmission to allow for better fuel economy. If you want a more sporty ride, it's going to hold that gear a little longer so that you can have better acceleration. And then of course in the slippery mode, it does help with the shifting of that transmission as well, taking off from the stop, that kind of stuff, or turning. I love the drive modes. Put those in the correct drive modes for you. Slippery works on wet conditions or snow conditions. Works really well that way. Also, these come standard in the 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine with the auto start stop technology. So auto start stop means if you come up to the stoplight, stop sign, press the brake, it's going to shut the vehicle off, let go of the brake, it's going to turn it back on. Some people don't like that. That is something you can activate and deactivate on each engine cycle just by pressing the A with the circle around it right below the screen there, showing you a screenshot of it there. So pretty easy to find that if you need to deactivate that. It does come with standard also with the 8-speed automatic transmission, so some great shifting capabilities there. Having an 8-speed kind of brings that across the different ways that you want to be able to drive your vehicle. And we do have front and rear stabilizer bar on this, so again, great stability, great ride there. It does have hill start assist as well with this. And you do have the engine oil cooler, so a great way to help that engine perform even better at peak position, peak times there. You do have some electronic controls here. You do have electric parking brake. It is right there on the console as well, so you need to hold that brake. That parking brake is right there. Also does have an auto hold capability. So if you're at a stoplight, stop sign, press the auto hold, take your foot off the brake, it's going to hold the brake until you press the accelerator. So that comes in real handy there. Also, you do have your EPAS, electronic power assist steering. So, you know, slower speeds, easier to turn that steering wheel. When you speed it up, it's going to stiffen it up so that wind doesn't push you from side to side, and it's electronically controlled instead of gas controlled there. So, really good capabilities there. Believe I'm missing one. Oh, the electronic traction control as well. So if you want to be able there's certain situations where you want to deactivate that traction control. If you're stuck in the mud, something like that, so you may want to deactivate and activate it, you can with the Bronco Sport. Also with this, you do have some safety features, advanced track with roll stability control. So it helps you keep you on your intended path. Going that road, that curve may be too fast, or maybe it's slick out. Use a series of brakes to keep you on your intended path. Also, you do have the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So if there's someone going much slower than you, or maybe they're turning real slow and you're coming up there and you're not paying attention, it's going to use a series of sounds and lights that you need to stop. You need to hit your brakes, and it preloads those brakes so that when you go over there and hit that brake, it's going to stop really quick on a dime that way and help protect from that. So dynamic brake support that goes along with that. Also, you get post-collision braking. So if you do have that accident, maybe you're unconscious, it's going to use post-collision braking, so that way, in case you don't put it in park, you're not wandering off and hitting somebody else. So some great safety features. Now it does have SOS post-crash alert system. So if you do get in an accident, honks the horns, flashes the lights. If you're off the side of the road, lets people know that you're in an accident. Also has 911 assist as well. That allows you with your Bluetooth enabled phone to call 911 directly. And I think it even initiates that if you're unconscious. So real nice and how that works, so that way you can people can help come to your safety there. You do get lane keeping system, standard equipment on the Big Ben trim. So I like that. Lane keeping system has some great functionalities. You have a driver alert, so if you're taking your hands off the steering wheel, lets you know that. Also does have two different ways to keep you in your lane, either an aid system or an alert system. So the alert system, it's going to allow you to leave your lane, but it's going to vibrate the steering wheel and let you know that you've crossed over that line. And the aid system will actually help keep you in your lane. So you can activate both if you want. That'll vibrate that steering wheel if you get over to that line, but also keep you in your lane. So lane keeping systems are great, some safety features there. Also a couple of different anti-theft systems. You do have the security code passive anti-theft system. Basically means that only the coded key can start the vehicle. So when you, of course, start it, you shut it off, it activates that security code passive anti-theft system, so people can't use another key to try to start your vehicle. Also, you do have the perimeter alarm. So perimeter alarm is really nice because it has intrusion sensors as well as inclination sensors. So intrusion sensors means that if you, I think I've actually said if I had the window rolled down, it actually won't notice the motion in there, but it does have two sensors up there. So if there's somebody that gets into your vehicle, maybe they break the window or something, it's going to go off if they sees motion inside there when you have your vehicle locked. The inclination is going to do is if somebody tries to jack your car up and take your tires or wheels, it's going to go off as well. So a couple different ways to help protect it, the perimeter of the vehicle. If you do have the vehicle locked and windows rolled down, it may not go off until somebody tries to open the door and unlock it from the inside, and then it will go off for you. So those are some great safety features and security systems that come with the vehicle as well. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around. Let's talk about the styling now on the Big Ben trim. Now moving to the front, this does have a distinct styling and look to it from the other trims, and we'll get into the grille in just a little bit. But first I want to talk about the windshield. This does have the acoustic laminated windshield, which means it's two pieces of glass with plastic sheet in between to help deaden some of that sound from wind and such when you're on the highway, creating less wind noise on the vehicle and just a little bit better sound inside. Now the dedicated grille here is the carbonized gray grille up here, so it is different than the black grille you get from the base trim. It does have the white Bronco lettering up here as well, so distinct styling and look for the Big Ben trim. Your headlights are LED, low beam and high beam headlights, automatic headlight feature as well, which means if you have it in that auto setting, they're going to come on automatically when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light. Little known fact, if you had shut your lights off for some reason, shut the vehicle off, when you turn back on, it automatically goes to that auto setting for your headlights. Also, you do have configurable daytime running lights, and it's this light that comes across in the bar in the middle. Now, when you have that configurable daytime running lights on, those will be on as well. A lot of people like to do that just to have those on, so then when they have the headlights on, they have both of those lights on, which looks real sharp on the vehicle too. Auto high beams as well, so it works a lot like your automatic headlights. So it's dark enough outside, they'll come on automatically, they'll light up the road. If there's someone approaching you or if you're in the city lights, it's going to automatically shut those off. Now that is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of your vehicle settings there. Down here you do have the molded in black bumpers up here, which means they take that black color and they put it in the mold when they make it, so it's not painted on like maybe these bumpers are here. That makes it a little more durable if you're worried about paint chips and things like that. Also, if you look through there, you do have active grille shutters that open and close that wheel, so when you're on the highway going faster speeds, it's going to shut it up, shut those down just like you would your blinds on your windows, and it's going to allow for more aerodynamics around the vehicle, get you better fuel economy on the highway, opens it up when you're in town and you're doing a lot of start-stopping, so that allows more airflow into the vehicle and help cool it off easier. Now moving to the side again, this does have some optional wheel here, so I'm going to show you the standard wheel on this from Ford's website. It's a 17-inch carbonized gray high gloss alloy wheel, so great looking wheel, comes with all season tires, standard equipment, also individual tire pressure monitoring system for each one of those, and it does have the, you can see that it does have the disc brakes, four-wheel disc brakes with ABS as well for the kind of setup there for your wheels and tire. It does have the molded in black wheel lip moldings, as we mentioned earlier, with durability. Same goes for the wheel lip moldings over here, as well as a lower rocker molding down here. It really protects it from those rocks and such that you kick up from your tires, so that you're going to see that over here on the side. You can also see a little bit of that over here on the fender too. You will see your Big Ben badging right here, so it'll let you know that's the trim that you have on your Bronco Sport. The mirror caps, same way, they're molded in black, more durability, rocks hit it, you don't have to worry about chipping of any kind of paint. This mirror is a manual fold mirror, so you can fold it in when you need to. Also does have the power feature as well as heated mirrors when you go to the Big Ben trim. So you're going to have power and heat for your mirror glass. And you're going to get your BLIS, blind spot information system with cross traffic alert. The way that works, there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of your mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. If you have your turn signal on, it's going to blink and let you know that there's someone there. Also, if you're backing up, someone's going to cross your path behind you, it's going to alert you as well. Put a light in the mirror from the side they're coming from, some loud tones to let you know it's not safe to back up, and even on the center, your productivity screen, it should tell you if they're coming from the left or the right as well. So real nice, and I love the BLIS system. I think it should be standard on every vehicle that is made. Also, you do have the body colored, or I should say the molded in black color door handles here as well. Again, that's kind of the, this is almost your second entry level. When you go up to the Outer Banks, and when you see some body colored accents there, you do gain intelligent access. So you will give 2 key fobs, so they are kind of there's a key is inside there, so if you ever need to take it out, the battery's dead, you have a key that you can open the door manually if you need to. Otherwise, you just keep that key in your pocket. You can unlock and lock it from a distance if you want, panic alarm if you want to use that. Otherwise, you could just keep it in your pocket, just walk up, put your hands in the door handle, it's going to automatically unlock the vehicle, and that's the 2-door, the front doors will do that, so you have to use the front doors to unlock and lock it. There's ridges on the door, just press it, locks that vehicle up. So you're going to have that, as well as we'll talk about when you get inside how you don't have to get the keys out to start the vehicle either. You do have the black window molding across the top up here, as well as down on the belt line, and as you'll know, high gloss black pieces here in the coming down on the pillars, because your roof is the body colored roof, so that gives it a kind of a floating roof line design. Pretty cool there. Your roof rack rails up here are going to be that molded in black as well on this particular vehicle. Privacy glass in these back windows, quarter windows, and back glass. Keeps it cooler inside. Looks nicer on the vehicle as well. And you do have child safety locks. So do we lock this up? Unlock it. Child safety locks, so if you have kids in there, you don't want them to open the doors and you have the vehicle turned off, you can turn this over here, locks those doors off, so that way you have to let them out and they are not able to open the doors from the inside. Easy fuel capless filler door, no cap to worry about, leave them behind, getting your hands dirty. Double door system in there, so if you happen to run out of gas or something, you will need to use the funnel that's supplied inside, but real easy to use and works great. Ford's been doing this for probably close to 10 years now. Love the easy fuel capless filler door as well. So let's move to the back and show you some styling designs back there. Now as you move to the back, this does up here in the top have the center high mounted stoplight. A lot of people like to call it the third brake light, so people know that you're wanting to brake. Rear defrost with rear wiper back here, and this glass does pop separate from the liftgate itself. So just to the left of the rear view camera, right there, it opens it up, allows you to put those last items in there if you need to. Real nice, kind of reminds me of the old Escape from the day. Also, you do have the Bronco Sport white lettering back here, and you have your Ford emblem back here. So you'll notice that is the only place on this vehicle that has Ford on it, which is kind of giving you that branding of the Bronco name here. This does have the LED taillights, as you can see here. The black molded in bumpers back here, just like the front ones, for durability reasons there. This one does have a couple options on it that we're going to talk about as part of a couple packages. This one has 2 packages on it that we're going to talk about here real shortly, and that is the hitch and the reverse cinching. So this is not standard on the Big Ben trim. So let's go ahead and open up this lift gate. It is a manual lift gate, so you do have to unlock it. If you have the vehicle locked, make sure it's unlocked. Press that button and pull it up. Now when you're looking up here at the top, a couple different things up here. There's 2 lights here. So if you look at the buttons over here on the driver's side of the vehicle, press that button, and it has 2 adjustable floodlights. So if you're out camping, you know, that kind of thing, you have these floodlights right here that you can be able to use and be able to see what's going on. Now on the right side, you'll see right in the middle, about the same place, is a power point. So you can plug things in there with a 12-volt plug-in right there. You also do have a cargo light in here too, so you can see things as you're inside the cargo area. You do have some carabiner hooks on the side, 2 on each side, so you can tie things down there, keep them strapped in. You know, if you want to put a bike in there, what kind of thing, you can lay the seats down and do that as well. It does have a rubberized flooring in here, so this in here is elevated a little bit because this does have the full-size spare. Standard equipment is going to be the mini spare on these, so mini spare tire and wheel combination. When you go we'll talk about it in a little bit with the tow package, but when you go to the tow package, you get the full-size spare, and that's why it sits up just a little bit, because it is a fatter tire there. Now underneath there though, you can pull this out. It does have cargo management system in there, so you can see a couple of places to put things in, so you don't have to take all your upper cargo area for that, and so that makes it real nice and easy for you. Your funnel is also located in there too for you, so you know where that's at. So real nice and having that area right there. Now before we get done, before we end this part of it, I do want to show you the hooks that are on the back of those seats. So those seats can lay down, so there are little latches on the corners back there. Easier to do from the front door if you need to, but you can do it from back here. Those seats will lay down, not completely flat, a little elevated there, but those hooks on the back, those little loops, that's for the latch system, the lower anchors and tethers for children. So if you have that, you know, front-facing car seat, you would take that strap and latch it back here, keep that car seat against the car seat, and then of course in between the seat cushion and the seat back is where you're going to see the harnesses for either front or rear-facing car seats to be able to keep those down, secured down into there, not using those shoulder harnesses for that. Safest way to be able to carry those kids in the car. So I think I've covered anything. There's some you know, other tie downs back here as well. There's 4 of them in the vehicle too, but some great functionality back here. Oh, also almost forgot, it does have a bottle opener over here, just in case you're out camping, you need to pop that bottle. It's right here. You don't have to get anything out of your camping gear. Now moving to the interior, you do have 2 color interiors that's available for you. This happens to be the ebony interior, so it does have more of the ebony seats. That's really the difference between the two, is the color of the seats. You're still going to have that grayish, light gray headliner regardless, whatever interior color you go with, whether you go with this ebony or you go with that dark slate that I'm showing you right now, that the seats will look a little different than you do with the ebony seats. So you have 2 different configurations there. Something else that differentiates this from the base trim, as you look across the dash, if I show you that clip, it shows you the silver around the vents on those registers, those 4 registers in there on the dash, so that's going to look a little different, as well as I believe that even the center console has a little bit different finish to it. The order guide doesn't mention it, but I believe that's a little bit different as well. So real nice look to it. Something else that you get when you go up to the big bin from the base trim is you have additional sound deadening materials in it. Not sure exactly where they're located, but it does make it a little bit quieter, helps with you know, noise reduction in the vehicle too, so that way you have a quieter ride. Not only the acoustic laminated windshield, but also the additional sound deadening is going to help with the quietness of the vehicle. Talk about airbags for a second. Dual stage front airbags, so the driver and front passenger have a different size airbag that it'll deploy, depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. It has sensors underneath the seats that lets you know that. Also, the driver does have a knee airbag that deploys down to protect your knees from any front collision from the steering column. You do have side impact airbags for the driver and front passenger, so if you have that side collision that hits the door, the B-pillar, it's going to deploy from the side of that seat, help protect you from that side collision. And then if you have a rollover situation, it does have a rollover sensor, so you have the safety canopy airbags to deploy down to protect the occupants in the front as well as the rear seat from breaking glass and such in that rollover situation. So great safety precautions that go in there that I wanted to make sure that I covered in this vehicle. This does have the unique cloth seating, so this is an upgrade from the base. They're easy clean seats, very nice comfortable seats. I have pretty similar seats in my Bronco, like those, real nice and easy to keep clean, just like they mentioned there. Now the driver does have a 6-way manual adjustment, so you do have a lever on the front that where you can slide forward and back, as well as a manual recline and an up and down that allow you to go up and down. The passenger is going to be a 4-way manual adjustment, so you can slide that seat forward and back, and the recline that you can adjust forward and back as well. It will not have a height adjustment for the passenger seat over there. In the rear seat, you have a 60/40 split bench seat. We mentioned about the backrest that can lay down. You do have an armrest that comes in the middle, backrest as well, so that people they can lay those that down. You do have this Molly strap system back here, so real nice having those loops back there if you need to put some things in there with those carabiner hooks. You can do that. On the back of that, it's an upgrade when you go from the base to the Big Ben trim. You do also, behind the console, have a USB Type A and Type C port, so you can plug in those phones, keeping them charged for those that are riding in the back seat back there. I think I mentioned everything back there. Yep. Here on the door, you have power windows, locks, and mirror switches. You do have what they call a one touch for the going down for the driver's window. So that means you just hard press it down, it's going to go down automatically. You don't have to hold it. Comes in real handy with those drive-throughs. Does not have one touch going up or for the front passenger window, just that driver's window there. Does have a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so you just pull the lever over here on the left side of the steering wheel. It's going to go up and down, forward and back there. And then here on the steering wheel itself, I want to go over some of the controls. First off, let's go over these levers behind here first. So the lever over here on the left, of course, up and down is going to be for your turn signal, but there's a button over here on the end. A lot of people don't know where the lane keeping activation switches, and it's over here on the end. So if they say, well, I don't have lane keeping, I don't see it anywhere, well, you just press that button over here on the end of that, and that's going to activate and deactivate your lane keeping system. Now the lever over here on the right is for your wipers, so as you go up, it's going to start your wipers and of course, and then also over here on the end is going to be the wiper for the rear wiper back there. So that's where that's going to be located, is right there. So real nice in how that you use that right here on this turn signal on the end. Now the controls right here on the steering wheel itself, on the left side is going to be your cruise control above that silver button there. Below the silver button is going to be controls for your auto controls. Raise and lower the volume, mute it, that kind of thing, right there at your fingertips. Now the controls on the right side, the ones on the bottom of that chrome button, are going to control making and receiving phone calls, doing voice commands and such like that. Presettings for radio as well, with those the middle one and the right one. Now the controls up here above that is going to control the 4.2-inch productivity screen. So that's where your display is, different things like that. A lot of your settings and such are going to be in that screen right there. You would use these controls to be able to go through those controls right there. We've actually showed you in several clips already in this video there. Push button start is just to the right of the steering wheel right here, right near this nice opening that you have that you'll put phone in there if you want to, or different things. Also, you do have your climate control is an upgrade when you go up to the Big Ben. Now you have electronic automatic temperature control. It is a single zone, but it is automatically controlled, so you can put that temperature in there, what you want. Real nice and easy to use. Defrost, all the switches are right there, easy to use right there at your fingertips. We do have the AM/FM 6-speaker audio sound system, Sirius XM satellite radio with standard equipment on the Big Ben trim. You get an 8-inch Sync 3 with the 8-inch touchscreen here, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay as well, standard equipment on this, and you also do get the FordPass Connect. That allows you to stay connected to your vehicle using the FordPass app. Embedded modem allows you to be able to remote start the vehicle, unlock the vehicle from anywhere, schedule remote start times, a lot of other things, locate your vehicle and such through that system right there. So, and that's where your backup cameras come into view as well, as right here on this touchscreen. This mirror up here is a day-night mirror, so if you cars come up behind you with those bright lights, you just flip that mirror lever down that's on the bottom, and that allows you to be able to do that. Overhead console includes a sunglass bin. Just push it up and it'll release it. Put your sunglasses in there and then go ahead and close it if you need to. So it's real nice and easy. Now going to the console area, this media hub area down here does include a power point down there, 12-volt power point, as well as a USB Type A and Type C plugins there. So again, Type C, we're seeing a lot more of those in vehicles. It's the fastest way of charging, so if you do have a Type C, most of your phones have a Type C going into your phone as well as going into like a wall socket. So to pull that out, put it in there, it's going to go so much faster for the vehicle. And when you want to use the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that's where you'd plug your phone in right there, and you can just set it down in here if you want to. Here on the console itself, you do have the rotary dial shifters right here, which is real nice and easy. A lot of people don't like that. They would rather have the other. There's some safety precautions to this. If I have it in drive and I forget to put
it in park and I open the doors, it's automatically going to put it into park. So nice safety feature that it goes on there. We talked about the parking brakes right here, located right behind that, as well as the goat modes is right there too. And then inside the console, we do have a USB Type A and Type C in there. So 3 sets of USB Type A and Type C in the vehicle. And I might have to look, because that actually might be part of the convenience package, because it seems kind of weird that there's that many. But you do have slots in here for phones to come through, and a nice padded armrest and console in the vehicle. Forgot to mention carpeted flooring, and you get carpeted mats for the front seats up here.
Now we're going to talk about some different packages available. There's several little packages that are available, but one major big package that's available, and that is the convenience package. So they did change the name of this for this year. Last year they called it the Big Ben package. It included a moonroof. This year it's called the convenience package and does not include the moonroof. That is a standalone option. So let's talk about the convenience package here. Includes 9 great features here. A couple out here on the exterior of the vehicle. One of them is now you have the intelligent access, but you now also have the keypad entry as well. So if you want to be able to leave the keys inside, or maybe you want to get in the vehicle and you don't have the keys on you, you can set your own personal code. It's invisible, which I like. You swipe, it shows up, press in your code, disappears, so people don't really know that it's even there unless they have another Bronco Sport like this, of course. But real nice being able to be able to do that. Also, you're going to get the LED fog lights. Saw that earlier in the video. So LED fog lights are also part of the convenience package, so you can be able to use that, you know, when you go out camping and such. And on the back, you have the reverse sensors back there. So that is part of this convenience package. So not only can you see behind you as you're backing up, now you're going to get alerted if you get too close to anything as you're backing the vehicle up. On the interior, some great features in there, including the power driver seat. 8-way power driver seat, up and down, forward and back. It even has power lumbar, power recline. So you do get heated seats for the driver and front passenger included in this package too. And then you're going to get upgraded with the leather wrap steering wheel. So I love a leather wrap steering wheel, and it is included in this package. Also, a couple other convenience features on the vehicle. One of them is the universal garage door opener. So on that driver's visor up there, 3 different buttons up there, so you can program those to different garage doors if you have 1, 2, 3 of them. Also, you get the wireless charging pad. Another great convenience in here. You can just put your phone down in there and it's going to wireless charge your phone while you're driving. So that's real nice, having a wireless charging pad even on the Big Ben trim, which I think is unusual. On the back of those seats, you do see the MOLLE system back there, but also you do get the zipper pockets when you go up to the convenience package. So those zip up and down around those when you have those. Now, I mentioned earlier when I talked about the interior features that it had a USB Type A and C inside the console. That is not part of this package. I believe that is standard equipment on the vehicle, because extra universal garage or extra USB ports are not included in any of the package. So it is standard equipment. I just want to get that right here in the part of the video. Now, another package I want to talk about real briefly, this vehicle doesn't have on it. We do have one that's in stock, so I'm going to show you some clips from that vehicle. And that is the Ford Copilot 360 Assist Plus package. So pretty popular package that includes some great features, including your adaptive cruise control with stop and go and lane centering and even speed sign recognition. So it's a great feature. So adaptive cruise, if you're, running behind somebody, they're going slower than you, it's going to slow you down to go their speed. You don't have to use your brakes to slow down. When you pass them, it's going to resume without you having to press any resume button on your controls. Also brings you to complete stop, like it mentions there, and even keeps you in the center of your lane. So when you have that adaptive cruise set, it's going to help keep you in the center of your lane. And speed sign recognition just allows you that if you're going, let's say the speed limit's 70 and you have that set for a tolerance of 5 over, and you're going 75 and a 70, that speed sign comes up and says it's 65 and it changes speed, it's going to recognize that speed sign and slow you down to 70 miles an hour. So great way to avoid from any kind of speeding tickets. The last thing that's also included in this, or actually 2 things I forgot, does have the evasive steering assist as well. So if you're driving along and there's no way for you to stop in time, and you know that, you need to avoid that, it's going to assist in the steering away and give you ample little extra effort into the steering around that vehicle, and gives that to you. Now, that is a feature you can activate and deactivate in your settings screen as well as adaptive cruise control. You can go with the traditional if you want, or the adaptive. And you're going to get the voice activated navigation system. Only way to get the voice on screen navigation with the Bronco Sport Big Ben is to go with this package. Now, you can use your Ford Pass, or you can use the Android Auto Apple CarPlay to use navigation if you'd like to, so keep that in mind. Activate that if you're wanting navigation. but don't want the other features, you can use Android Auto, Apple CarPlay to be able to do that. So also a little known fact right now in the recording of this, the Copilot 360 Assist Plus package is a very hard package to get because of parts and commodity constraints, and a lot of these orders that have this package on there are getting delayed. So keep that in mind if you're going to order one, that it could take a little longer for yours to get scheduled. Now let's talk about a couple other packages. One of them happens to be the tow package. This one does have that on there. You saw it earlier in the video. So this is the Class 2 trailer tow package that is going to give you trailer sway control. It's going to give you the hitch, 4-pin wiring, and it's going to give you that full-size spare that we talked about earlier. So if you're wanting the full-size spare, this is how you get it on the Bronco Sport Big Bend trim. So you do have to add the tow package on there to get that. So really great. So you know, tow package is something that you might want to think about adding to your vehicle, especially if you want to carry bikes and such, a bike rack. Use the hitch for that. Also helps you get the full-size spare if you're wanting that as well. It doesn't take too much away from your cargo space. All right, so now that we've covered all the standard equipment and a couple different packages that are available, now what I want to do is kind of run through Ford's website and go through some of the different options that are available, a couple different ways, and I want to show you how you can find those and some things you might want to think about when you are looking to get your vehicle, some things that maybe stay away from if you want to get yours built quickly. But if you don't care on time frame and you just want those included from the factory, we're going to show you what all the possibilities are here. So we're going to break this down on Ford's website. So we're going to go ahead and go to this shot here. So you're going to go to Ford.com to build this out. And this is a great way if you're wanting to get your own vehicle. This is how you would build it out. So go to SUVs and crossovers there. Go on down to Bronco Sport, build and price there. And then we're going to be able to just build this out. So we're going to pick the Big Bend. That's what we've been talking about today and this video. So the Big Bend trim there. So we've already covered. The reason I cover the video, what I did already about the standard equipment as well as optional, is when you go in here, you're only seeing what you can add as optional equipment, optional packages on top of the standard equipment. So I like to go over the standard equipment so you have a good idea of what's included already and whether or not you know it. So like on Maverick, there are a lot of people that didn't realize the XL didn't come with cruise control because it's nowhere on their website anywhere on the XL trim that's available or that it even is included. So a lot of people missed that. Thankfully for the video that I had, a lot of people we were able to figure that out and let people know that it did not have that. So moving on down, we're going to talk about the standalone options here. A couple of different ways to look at this when we look through the options, and that is, of course, if you go up here, by the way, you can see you can skip around and go through exterior, interior, powertrains, packages. We already covered these packages when we were out in the building, so we talked about the convenience package, the trailer tow package, and the Copilot 360 Assist Plus package. We already talked about those packages inside the building, so we're not going to talk about those. We're just going to, now all we have left to talk about is the standalone option. So I'm going to go through this with you so you can see how you would find these options and which ones of the interior and exterior options are factory installed options and which of them are dealer installed that you could always get afterwards when you get the vehicle. So enough of that talking. One of the optional wheels you can get on the Big Bend is you can get this 18-inch wheel. So just click on the corner there, 18-inch machine, aluminum, ebony, black, painted wheel. A lot of words there. That wheel there, pretty nice wheel. Actually, I'm going to give you a clip. We can see a little bit of close-up from the one that we had in the building. That one had the optional 18-inch wheel on there. You get the all-season tire, 18-inch tire that comes with that one as well. So now we're going to click back over to the 17 because I want to show you an option you can get if you want to, and that is the optional all-terrain tire on the 17-inch. Wheel. So if you want to go with a 17-inch wheel and upgrade to the all-terrain tire, you can do that. It does beef it up. More capabilities. You want to go off-road, $300 for the optional 17-inch all-terrain tire. So I'm going to go ahead and click that back. And then as we go down through these options, well, some of these we may skip over because first I want to talk about is the factory installed options that really you can only get from the factory. They are not ones you can get from aftermarket easily. So going through first is the engine block heater. So come on down here, engine block heater. Click on the eye on any of these, you can get more information on them. $100 engine block heater. So if you live in a cold weather state, you need to plug it in, keep it warm so remote starts easy the next morning, especially when it gets really cold in those winter days. Engine block heater is something that a lot of people like to add to their vehicles. So for $100 you can do that, and that is a factory installed option.
Also, something that's not mentioned in here is the front license plate bracket. So in states that require front license plate, it is standard equipment. That vehicle that we showed you had the front license plate bracket. We did not install it because some people do not like the look of it on there if they don't need it, like in Kansas. But we always order ours with them as option equipment. It's no charge option, but for states that require it, like we had someone delivered one from Texas, we needed one for theirs because they are a 2-state tag. And so just keep that in mind. If you're in a state that requires a front tag, it's going to be standard equipment. States like Kansas, it's not. It's a standalone option, but it is a no charge option, and the dealer installs it with no cost. Now, moving on down, now you notice I did skip a bunch of the exterior options because the rest of those options up there that are listed are dealer installed options or accessories. So move on down to the interior factory installed options, and that is your power moonroof. So click on that eye. It is not included in the Big Ben package now, but it does require on the Big Ben now, it does require you to have the convenience package. So even though it's not included in that convenience package, it does require you to have the convenience package. So if you're wanting the moonroof, make sure you add the convenience package first. In fact, if I try to add it right here, it's going to flash up and give us a little message that requires us to add the convenience package to that. And say no for right now. So there you go. So it gives you the power moonroof for another $870 on top of the convenience package. Another interior factory installed options you might think about getting. Moving on down here, you do have this cargo management system. So this is pretty cool. In fact, I did a video on this system last year on 21 when we had one that came in. So what I want to do right now is play that video so you can see how exactly that functions and works. Pretty cool little system. It's a shelf, divider, and table all in one. But check out this video so you can kind of see a little bit more about how that functions, how you can, how basically how it works in this part of this clip here.
So this is a shelf divider, real lightweight, as you can see. Very lightweight. You can come completely out. It can go into several positions. Now, it is a divider as well as a shelf and a table. So let's talk about the divider first. If you fold this does fold, has magnets on it. Folds in half, does have these nice little handles you can use there. Even has a nice little ruler on there if you need it to measure anything. I think probably thinking about that because they do that with the F-150 now on the tailgate. But you can, if you have it in this position, there's 2 different spots back here that you can slide that in and make a divider. So we're gonna, move it in to the first position. It goes completely down. Now you have a divider back there. So if you want to put some smaller stuff back there, don't want them to roll out, you can put it there. Also, if you lift this up about halfway, there's actually an opening right over here, so you don't have to take it all the way out. You can actually take it halfway, slide it back to the other position. So let me show you. Bring that up. Got to get it just right though. And then it slides through here, go into that next spot there, push it down. Now you have a divider back here, so you can have some of your bigger luggage back there, something here that's easy to attain or get to. That's how that's going to go. Now let's go ahead and put it in the shelf and how that works. So pop that out completely and put it down. Now it does sit on these little ledges, which you'll have only if you have this cargo management system. Typically that will not be in the vehicle, so it's not like something you can add later. You really do have to get this from the factory. In fact, if you go to Ford.com and go to build and price on the Bronco Sport, it's going to be listed under your interior features, not down under your accessories. This is not an accessory, so it's not something you can get afterwards. You want to order this with your Bronco Sport from the factory. Okay, so you can slide this around. It's easier if you open this up. And there's the lock over here on the side, and there's little arrows. You can line up with the arrows on the side, 2 different locations. If you want it in the shelf system, you want to go back to the back here. It's easier to see the hole back there. Then you go ahead and lock it into place on that side. And then this side we can move just a little bit. There we go. And we lock it into place. So that's locked into place there. This shelf here does have a magnet on it, and there's some bolts here. So it does kind of magnetize to that and gives it some solid function there. So it does limit it to 30 pounds as it says right here. So you have a nice little shelf system. You can fold it in, and you can hear it click into place, magnetize in the back as well. So there you go. There's your location for your shelf system. Now if you want to put it in the table, we want to move it up to these other slots towards the back. So easier to do if you unfold it. So we'll do that. We'll unlock it, turn both of those. We'll move it back, find those locations. We'll do the left side first and then the right side. And now that's locked into position there. You can leave it folded in if you want to. And then when you're ready for that, you fold it out. You have these little legs. kind of pull these out, and then you just set it down and it sets on top of the bumper. So now you have a little table system right here, easy to be able to use. So pretty good little cargo management system. So first time getting one of these in, want to do a video on this and kind of show that. It does have some openings in here for maybe tying things down if you want to, so they don't move around. And pretty good little system here. I had seen images online of being a shelf and a table, forgot that there was a divider system as well. So a lot of people may not be aware of that. So there's a couple different slots for it to be able to make a divider and manage your cargo that way.
So that's pretty cool. That cargo management system is real nice, easy to use, has magnetics. But anyway, that video really shows you kind of how that works. Now another factory installed option you can get is the second row rubberized seat back. So click on this image, you get a good idea what that looks like. Real hard to see there, but you do get the rubberized seat backs. Now last year in the Big Ben trend, that was actually standard equipment. This year it's a standalone option. So for $95, you upgrade to that. It just allows for you to be able to wash that interior out. If you get all muddy, dirty, you go camping, you go canoeing, whatever, just like they are here, you can wash that out. You can actually, those snap in place. You can actually unsnap them and wash them off a little bit easier if you want to, instead of doing it that way. So that's pretty cool. So that is the other interior factory installed option that you want to have in there. So really, you think those seat backs could be a dealer installed option, but they do say that is a factory installed option. So now we're going to go back to the top, go back and click up here the exterior. There we go. And now what we're going to do is go over basically the dealer installed or accessories. In my opinion, they're both the same thing, because a lot of times what they list in accessories are things that just get put in the vehicle. They don't actually have to be installed. And then the dealer installed options are things that have to be added to the vehicle. So now we're going to run through those. First one I'll talk about is the splash guards. So now there are two different ways of doing this. There's splash guards and they're mud flaps. So we're going to show you the difference between those. So the splash guards, they don't really show you any images. Maybe if we click on this, it'll change this picture for us. But those are the kind of the molded in splash guards. So they're a little bit more durable and they're a little bit harder. And they'll usually catch more things in there. So you can get those, the splash guards are something that goes on the front and the rear. So you order them together as one there, and the dealer would install those when they come in. And then the next thing moving down is the fender flare kit. So fender flare kit, this is pretty awesome. So let me click on this. You can see that. So it is the pocket style with the rivets there. Now this first one, the fender flare kit 1, they're going to come pre-assembled and they're going to be non-paintable. So they're going to be basically the black, the molded in black like your bumpers and such, that material looks like. And those are going to be, not going to be paintable. So then you do have the fender flare kit 2, which is about twice as much. When you click on that one, it actually tells you it's the same pocket style, but these are unassembled because they're paintable. So basically allows you to be able to paint them to match the body color if you want. So if you want to have that done, like we have a body shop here that would come into the dealership, then we could have body shop paint them to match the body and then put those on the vehicle. So that's why it's a dealer installed option. So that's pretty cool having those different two fender flare kits if you want to add a little flair to your Bronco Sport. Moving on down, we do have the liftgate privacy curtain. So that is something that, again, they'll probably just throw in it. They will, of course, won't install it really, because it is basically a kit that you connect to your roof rack rails up there. And it's just kind of a cover that comes over so you can change your clothes, have some privacy, that kind of thing if you're out camping. And so that's pretty cool. Only $100 for that. But that's something, too, you can get through Ford Accessories if you want. So, again, some of these, basically all the options I'm talking about that are left are things that will hold your build up if you order them a lot of times. Just because it takes people on some of those, they'll just ship those to the dealership ahead of time. But sometimes these are the things that would maybe hold up your build. And I always tell people, if it's something you can get through accessories later, hold off on it. Don't take the chance of it holding up your build if you're in a hurry to get your vehicle or you're excited to get your vehicle. If it's things that can only be done at the factory, have the factory do it and go ahead and wait for it. So that's usually what I always tell people. Okay, so moving on down, we do have the roof rack crossbars. So no picture of that one there. If we add that, sometimes it'll show us that. But basically, there you go. Gives you those crossbars on there. So that way, if you want to add any kind of rack systems on there, like any kind of cargo carriers or anything like that to the top, you'll need the crossbars to be able to attach those to it. So just keep that in mind. And because they would go they'd fit to the Bronco Sport perfectly. So if you want any kind of Yakima kind of rack carriers or bike carriers to go on top, you would need these crossbars first. So just think about that if you want to get those. And again, those can be done through Ford Accessories. And here you do 3 different mud flap kits. You have a front, you have a rear, and you have a front and rear. So basically that click on those shows you what those look like. So they're more rubberized, and they're more of a mud flap as they described there. So again, those are not compatible with the fender flare kits, and they're not compatible with the other splash guards, of course. That makes sense there. So, and again, this in here is the front, so it wouldn't be compatible with the rear because you just order the front and rear, and it's not compatible with the front and rear because you would just order that one instead, right? So anyway, so that's the way those would work. You'd you pick one of those 3 that you'd want. Some people just need them on the rear of the wheels, so they'd rather just have them on the rear. And then some would like to have front and rear. So there you go. There's your options there. Now moving on down to the interior dealer installed options. We actually clicked them. If I'm going to uncheck that. There we go. We do have the cargo mat. So click on the eye there. It gives us more information. You can see, you get the rubberized flooring on the Big Ben trim, but it is another mat that goes on top of the rubberized flooring. This one's a little different, textured a little bit differently. Does have the Ford Bronco emblem there that's white, so it's a little bit, that's a little bit different. Plus, you can pull that out pretty easily. So some people would rather go with the cargo mat, even though you do get the rubberized flooring. Then you have a couple different assistance kits. You do have an on-road assistance kit for $60. That includes, some of the things that you're seeing here. Flashlight, different tool kit there, bungee cord. You have your jumper cables, it looks like there. All kinds of things there. If you're, for on-road, something happens, you're off the side of the road, something like that. You do get a few things for like a first aid kit in here too, Band-Aids and different things like that. Set of gloves, pretty cool. A little assistance. Again, that's something you can get through Ford Accessories after you get your vehicle. Then you do have an off-road assistance kit. There you go. Fire extinguisher, some other stuff, shovel, multi-tool. Looks like you do get a nice little cloth there to dry your vehicle off. So pretty cool there. And then you do have your first aid kit. So first aid kit, Band-Aids, gauze, those kind of things if you need that. So again, all things you can get through Ford Accessories, but this wouldn't be a complete guide without covering all those features. And then next, moving down, you do have an interior bike rack. So interior bike rack does give you the parts to be able to install 2 bikes in the back there, as you can see with this one here. So it gives you those attachments to take those front wheels off, straps the wheels against your bike there with those. So probably give some straps for that, as well as the harnesses to put those in. Again, that if you want to get that wouldn't probably be a bad thing if you're wanting to need that to get there. Not sure how easily available it is from Ford Accessories, but should be able to get it from them as well. Then you have a couple different floor liner options here. You have one with the mats and one without the mats. We mentioned earlier, carpeted mats are standard equipment, so if you want the floor liners and the mats, you go with that first one. But if you don't ever plan on using the carpeted mats, you're going to have floor liners in there the entire time, then you can save yourself $40 and go with the floor liners without. I did take a clip of the floor liners in the particular vehicle we had in the building, had the floor liners in it, so you can kind of see a little bit with the front. This one just shows you the front one, but you can get a good clip of the rear seat back there, what that looks like in the vehicle as well. And then the let's see what's next on my list here. Actually going through center console vault right down here. So you can click on that eye, you can see what that looks like. So if you want to keep your belongings in there and lock them up, the console does not lock on the Bronco Sport. So if you're wanting some sort of lockable storage, I believe the glove box is locked, but I didn't look at it when we were in there. But if you're wanting some sort of lockable storage for wallet, that kind of things, if you're going to go hiking and do something like that, throw those in here. You can have a console vault, use your own combination. What's great about that is if you want to put your keys in there, you can put your keys in there and lock it up, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. If you do have the push button start though, and someone were to break into it, the keys would be inside, they would be able to start the vehicle and take off in it. So just keep that in mind there. So there you go. There's all of our options there. So again, I like to do a complete guide because I like to be able to cover all the standard equipment, but also different packages and standalone options in one video. So I thought this maybe works so you can to see how it works to go ahead and add the different options you have. And then when you get everything added, you can hit this summary at the top up here, and it clicks down and lets you know what your final price is right down there as well. And it's real easy to be able to just if you want to order something from a dealership, you can print this off. You can also share it, and you can send it to your dealer. It makes it real easy for them to just order and just go through your build and go, okay, I think we got everything. And then they can show you the order sheet so you can make sure you got all the options you wanted. So these other accessories in this section here, these are things that are not available to order through the factory. So if you ask a dealer to say, hey, I want this this portable rear seat entertainment system here, that is not something they can order from the factory and put on your build. Those are all just options for you to be able to see that you can get on your vehicle through Ford Accessories. So those are all Ford Accessories things. So just want to clarify that, because I've had some people say, hey, I wanted this, and I'm like, that's not something I can add to your build. Those are really just more accessories you can get through FordAccessories.com. So hopefully this video did help you out. So if you did, go ahead and smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget, I mentioned free shipping. So if you want to get a vehicle ordered the way you want it to, built correctly, have it shipped right to you, we do free shipping here. And so the way that works, we're very transparent about it. Though if you want to get a vehicle like that, you finance a vehicle with us. We use the money we get from the lending to take care of the expense for having it shipped right to your door. So right now we're doing MSRP in all of our ordered vehicles. So take advantage of that. That's probably the easiest way to get a vehicle ordered exactly the way you want it to, and save the most money right now, is to be able to do it that way. So reach out to us. You can call or send us a text message. The numbers are on the screen there, so you can see those. So feel free to reach out if you're wanting to find a dealership that will do that for you and make sure you order, get it done correctly. And there's a lot of things that go into ordering a vehicle right now that some dealers are doing, some dealers are not aware of. So if you want to make sure that your order is in, submitted, and it's approved correctly, here at McArthur, we know exactly how to do that process and get it ordered as quickly as possible. Just like some of the notes I was telling you, stay away from these things and those things. We know some of the insights on that to help you get your vehicle as fast as possible. So again, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed over to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you get notified the next time another video uploaded to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, you can also find us on social media. We're at McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to follow me, you can find me over at Twitter. I'm at Tim Bartz over there. And I always like to share all kinds of Ford news, updates, and any changes to vehicles through there as well. So be checking out our YouTube channel for future Bronco Sport videos. And until the next one, we'll see you later.